there, lovely. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Lauren. This is Scorpionic Readings, and today's pick a card topic, we're looking at messages of guidance and overall predictions for your next month, December 2024. From your higher self, we are going to get advice surrounding what events are going to be taking place for you next month. So there are 3 groups to choose from today. They are right here in front of you. Just choose whichever pile you feel most drawn to. We have here on the left-hand side the King of Swords. In the middle we have the 6 of Pentacles. And on the right side we have the Hanged Man. Now before you choose your pile, I did want to remind you that I am offering free readings at this time. This is a one-time use offer, so this is for one question that you have, and the reading is completely free. How you do this is by emailing me, which is in the description box of this video, my Scorpionic Readings email. And through there you can ask your question, as well as all I ask is that you provide proof of your engagement with the video that you were inspired to get a free reading from. So show that you are subscribed to the channel with a screenshot perhaps, and that you have liked the video and left a comment. Please comment free reading on the video and send me a screenshot that you have subscribed, liked, and commented on the video, as well as your question, and I will answer that with your tarot guidance completely free. It will be a written response and an image of the card pull. In addition to that, you will receive a discount code that you can use at my Etsy shop, which is also in the description box. There you can find a wider variety of reading options, and this will give you a discount code for the first reading that you would choose to purchase off of my Etsy shop if you feel so inclined. But this is a completely free reading offer, so take advantage. I'm very excited to do this and connect with you guys, so take full advantage of this, please. Now, if you have chosen your pile, you can head down to the description box of the video and find the timestamp that will take you directly to the start of your messages, and I will meet you there. Hello, pile 1. Welcome to your messages. I am so happy you made it here and you're ready to get some insight on the events taking place in your next month, as well as guidance around navigating those events. So we're going to pull out oracle cards to start. I'm going to start with this deck here, and we're just going to do a bit of shuffling to get our card pull for the message to get going, followed up with tarot as well. So we'll take from this deck too. Next month, December 2024, for pile 1, please. Seeing this one jumping out at me. Perfect. Let's take from this pile as well, please. December 2024 for pile 1. December 2024, please. Perfect. An archetype card, then a couple tea leaf. I always love to use those. It's so fun. Okay. December 2024 for pile 1, please. Alright. They kind of catch this one, so I'm going to put it to the side and perhaps feel drawn to utilize that as well at some point in the reading. Let me go ahead and grab a couple tea leaf. So December 2024 for pile 1, please. Okay. There's that. Let's go ahead and take a look. So this one landed face up here. We have the Hunter. It really immediately feels like this was meant to be kind of the energy shining through the whole reading, this Hunter card. And it gives the feeling of being super close to like sealing the deal in some sense. You can see how the Hunter has approached this pathway with an intention and with drive and determination, with strategy even. And they are approaching this kind of pinpoint where you will be rewarded with something or receive a greater insight. It's kind of making me think of like the eye and like the iris of the eye specifically, and just the way that the eyes kind of work to like interpret fragments of light and that kind of thing. So your eye is on the prize, and you will be gaining some kind of insight. The King of Swords is your main card that you chose to come to this pile to as well, and that gives the sense of some kind of mind opening as well, or not mind opening actively, but you have achieved a greater level of your intellect is tapped into a higher level to perceive with more clarity and perceive what is happening around you, like honestly and truthfully, what is this happening? So you're gaining some kind of insight in the next month that has been long awaited or that you have been seeking to find. This is number 9. It draws me back to the Hermit card. And so this is an individual journey that you have been approaching insight intentionally. You've been looking for something. You don't know exactly what it is perhaps, but you are looking for clarity in some sense. And it looks like you are really kind of closing in on it. So we've got here loyalty with the Hound and Pair. And this gives a sense of hunting as well. The hunting dogs, loyalty. The insight you receive in the next month could allow you to make better decisions about your relationships and your inner circle and who you want to remain loyal to. I don't know if this is like, it doesn't feel like you're deciding that you want to drop someone because you realize that the loyalty isn't there, the effort isn't there, the rewards from this relationship are not bountiful enough, not serving you enough. It more so feels like you're deciding that based on witnessing some kind of action that gives you the clarity, you're deciding to continue forward with this gut feeling you've had of being drawn to loyalty to a certain person or serving a community even. You're getting clarity on who you want to commit to. Who is safe to commit to and who is worthy of it is who you suspect, and some clarity you get from putting some pieces together, an action that they demonstrate allows you to feel more assured in the discernment you had up until that point regarding this person and relationship. We've got here isolation. I just mentioned the Hermit card, so this has been solo work. It's felt isolating. You've been looking for that person to kind of fulfill this aspect where you're looking for the loyalty. You deserve that loyalty as well. You might have great responsibilities at this time where you would greatly benefit from knowing that the people in your circle, or if you're in a very close relationship with one significant person, knowing that they are there to support your circumstances and responsibilities. Like the king can rely on essentially a hierarchy of staff and whatever, to put it simply, to serve their needs. You're looking for someone to fulfill this suit here. We have dance. Move your body to music, dance with the rhythm of life, and manifest your dreams through dance. I feel like this could be representative of, for some of you, take it if it resonates and leave it if it's not something you are looking for in your future, but this is kind of, these two cards together are reminiscent of this idea of eventually committing to someone and the celebration that would follow that action and that coming together with this person. I was looking at this card. I want to pull it and take a look. So we've got here the Unseen. Next month predictions, dance. It's kind of like this message of your future is bright and you might as well enjoy some of that now. Act as if you are in that future moment where things seem to have come together for you, where joy is more common than sorrow, and where inspiration is more bountiful, where the people that are around you are able to be trusted. You feel confident in their loyalty. Dance as if that is your case, because it is, maybe not now, it is something you don't see now, the unseen, but it is the case in every sense. Like, it's happening for you now. You have yet to experience it. Act as if you have it, because you will. I want to take a look at this month. I'm kind of itching to see that. We have the month of June. In June makes me think of 6, which reminds me not of any other suit in the tarot deck other than, it made me think of the 6 of Wands, which is recognition, like ceremony, celebration, being praised. So within the next 6 months or so, in June specifically, you could see really things come together. The fruits of your labor are fully realized at this time. What is coming to my mind, the only thing I think of right now is an idea of like receiving a promotion that puts you in a higher position, again, where your responsibilities increase. And so your hindsight here of kind of weeding out, again, not that it seems like you're going to have to kick people out based on your assessment of loyalty, but by like weeding out these people and assessing the loyalty, at the end of the day, you are setting yourself up for success in the month of June when you receive some kind of leveling up. That puts you in a place of authority, that puts you in a place where you are seen and recognized, visible, you are appraised at this point. This work you are doing now, in hindsight, you see how that set you up for the highest success in supporting your increased responsibility and other things that come along with this achievement coming to you in June in 6 months. And I say all of this because you have the King of Swords representing your overall energy. So it just feels like, again, you are put in a place of respect and authority. And your mind is built to handle this, essentially, like the stressors and just the increased responsibility. Your mind is capable of tackling that. You see things clearly, you see things fairly as well. Talking about the iris and that whole talk we had earlier, you see clearly, and your loyalty is to fairness. You would not be quick to judge, you would not be quick to deduce a certain conclusion without all the information. You would be seeking the unseen, putting pieces together before you would make any snap judgments, or you would be responsible for making important decisions. And so you would utilize all of your resources, all of the information, even beyond the surface level, digging into the deeper context behind everything to make sure that your decisions are dealt in fairness and, in fairness. Okay, we have here cracked cup, dissatisfaction with life. We also have bouquet, compliments from an admirer. So this feels like the thing that I mentioned earlier, a person who is close to you and important to you, a significant other perhaps, is doing to prove the fact that they deserve loyalty and to prove the fact that they are loyal to you. This feels like a nod back to this area of the reading where we talked about that happening. This compliments from an admirer. Compliment. They're complimenting you. Their presence is complementary to your presence as well. You fit one another. They serve you. There's probably a better word for that, less intense and with less kind of underlying tones to it, but they're there to support you. They're there to compliment you rather than what the opposite would be of compliment, maybe, bring you down in some sense. They're here to uplift you. Their presence next to you does not take from you. It does not diminish your own. It rather stands strong within its own and uplifts you through that as well. So dissatisfaction with life with the cracked cup. just looking at what we have pulled so far, it makes me relate it back to this dance card and what I had talked about with living as if the unseen has already happened, because it has. It is just unseen at this point. I'm not going to say there's no reason to be dissatisfied with your life, because I can't speak for you in that way, and this is involving some aspect, but perhaps not other aspects of life. So dissatisfaction with life could very well be what you are feeling now and kind of trickling into the month of June, or the month of December, rather, is what I meant to say, but cracking open and being disregarded left in that month. You're moving forward from that negativity, being a little bit more pessimistic, and you're learning to dance with life now, because life is worth dancing for now, even when the unseen is not seen yet. But regardless, in the month of December, something is cracking open, and those pieces are no longer of use to you. And I think those pieces could be aspects that are holding you back, whether it's a frame of thinking, a habit. It could be a person for you. There are a few aspects to what is cracking open for you, maybe like 4 or 5 things that you're kind of changing up. One of them is bigger and more significant than the others. Okay, let's go ahead and look further into the next month with the tarot. Let's take a couple cards just to support and clarify this top row before we dig into further specifics of what you can expect next month, as well as guidance for it. Following all of that up with one final guidance oracle card here from the Spirit Animal decks. We're going to do about 2 more rows, about 4 tarot cards each, and then one final oracle card right here. So stay tuned. Let's clarify, please, Spirit, this top row of messages for the month of December 2024 for pile 1 from their higher self. Clarify this top row, please. I do actually want to take this one. I think that is 4, so let's take a look. Take a pause. We've got the Empress. Got here the Ace of Wands. We have the King of Pentacles as well, speaking of promotion, speaking of moving up in your authority. And the Eight of Wands. All of this is happening quickly for you. Things are cracking open and revelations are happening. The Eight of Wands is fast moving. You can see them all kind of falling in here with top speed, it appears, and passionately as well. New passions are arising. The unseen is becoming seen, with Ace representing newness and inspiration with the Suit of Wands. There is nurturing energy to all of this as well. So with the talk of loyalty and people in your life who are there to kind of uplift you, but also be solid and stand in their own, but their intention is never to bring you down. It is always going to be neutral, or rather to uplift you even. And so there is this aspect of like nurturing energy coming through with the Empress, and an aspect of something growing and being supported in the coming months. And again, we talked of the month of June. The Empress, it usually gives me this idea of like a shorter time frame, like less than a month, of from conception to birth of an idea or a project. And we see the birth here. We see the birth happening with the Ace of Wands, and we see how that supports your higher standing, that you have been promoted to, you have received a raise, you have been uplifted to this higher standing where you are more visible. And Eight of Wands, it changes things very quickly for you. This dissatisfaction with life, we talked about that kind of being dismantled. Why you feel that way is kind of being dismantled in the month of December, but I slipped up once, and I wanted to say the second time, I almost said the month of June as well, when describing when this would happen, this kind of overcoming the burden of feeling like there are things to be dissatisfied with and that it will always be that way. Things will never change. So the dismantling begins in the month of December. It reaches fruition, it reaches finality in the month of June, in about 6 months, give or take from now, when you're watching the reading. Because the Eight of Wands is this kind of finality, this kind of moving in and securing the spot and the position that uplifts you and allows you to take off effortlessly. Is there anything else? That is all I am feeling and picking up from those messages, so let's dive into further. 2 cards for additional events taking place, and 2 cards for overall guidance, as well as that final guidance card as well. Please, Spirit, 2 cards, and I see 2 of them. Let's take a look at those first. So, the Magician, further things that are happening next month, and look at this, holding the same wand, holding it here, as well as 4 of Cups. So, dissatisfaction with life, cracked cup, dismantling that. There is a challenge. It's not all sunny and bright and happy next month. You're coming to clarities that allow you to start this process of dismantling pessimistic viewpoints, your frame of thinking, your insecurities, and your perceived blockages to achieving success, to achieving and reaching change, to having that implemented within your life. This is the dismantling of disbelief that that can happen for you. So it's a process. It's not like it would be a little bit unrealistic, I think, to say that within 1 month you're able to dismantle perhaps years worth of doubts and insecurities and fears. This is like a 6-month process. We talked about December to June, that keeps coming up, and kind of the finality happening in the month of June. So not to be fearful, not to feel like next month is going to be entirely challenge and entirely like work, but it's a process that is well worth it, and a process that you have no problem tackling. You have no problem replacing what you dismantle with something new, fresh, and exciting, and that is serving you and your future. The Magician is creating things out of thin air. The Magician is things showing up for you out of thin air, out of nowhere. And so this is events happening next month. There could be a few things that happen that allow you to start wearing this crown that you're seen wearing here and in your King of Swords. It's interesting that she is wearing a crown in this 4 of Cups card out of all cards. That is not usual or common in the tarot deck and how the cards are represented. And so I like that there is a tie back here to the King. You're wearing your crown already. The unseen is happening already because you've begun the intention toward that process and toward receiving that ultimate outcome. And again, if I didn't make clear with actual predictions for what can happen for you next month in December, there could be a few things that happen, you receive, and they allow you to feel strongly supported in your decision to think better, think more clearly, and think more positively. They allow it to be easier to refer to that situation where you got this, where you were like lucky in some sense, and apply that to your future and realize that you can change your perception because a few things are actually happening to allow it to be quite easy to change your perception. In fact, it's like not even a choice for you to change perception, because the things that come in do that on their own. Standing alone, they change your perception. There's no arguing that, there's no working around it. Something new comes into your environment, is introduced into the playing field, the perception is changed. And it's changed in a positive way for you. Okay, let's look at 2 cards just to get a bit of guidance before the kind of overall one that will seal the deal for us in terms of your next month. So from your higher self here, pile 1, guidance. 2 pieces of guidance, please, Spirit. Here's 1 card. 7 of Wands. Keep fighting. Keep dismantling. I'm looking at this one. And the Page of Cups. Look at that. It's the same person. And look how she's changing. It's the same image. The crown is still there. But connection is happening. Breakthroughs are happening. Things are warming up back home. Your home is being highlighted. Your home is a space that you can create the vision right in front of your eyes of what feels to be unseen. If you feel like you don't see aspects of joy in your life right now, create that. Now is your guidance, especially in the home. How can you add joy to your home? How can you manifest and create joy? The Magician, something might be coming along to help you with this. You might be gifted, like if you're moving into a new house, specifically for some of you next month, you are receiving like a housewarming gift. You are receiving like a painting from someone, something that adds to the environment around you and implements whatever feelings are missing. Whatever feelings you don't think are represented right now that you can't see, you can create that in front of your very eyes, even if it's not exactly what you want ultimately in the long run. You can make little, like a crumb trail toward it and work your way toward it. You can follow that joy, follow what you need and what you want, work your way up to that ultimate goal. 7 of Wands, again, keep fighting for what you want. Keep, that we talked about initially, the Hunter, this energy of drive and perseverance and eye on the prize. Keep fighting for what you want. This is that same kind of persistent energy. Keep the faith. Keep being inspired. And learn that you have the power with the Magician to create what you want to see now in advance. Tidbits of it, and then you will be receiving the full thing, the fruition of your labor in entirety within the next 6 months in June. And that's a big phrase to say, like it implies that you're done with your work, you're happy forever. That's not the case, just to clarify, but regarding what is on your mind that is being focused on, resolution of the issues around it is happening. Final guidance here for pile 1, please, regarding the month of December 2024, please, from their higher self. What is their highest guidance? Ant Spirit, time to collaborate. Your highest guidance, and this is number 1 card as well. Newness. Collaborate for newness. Add things to, what did we talk about? Complement, collaborate, same kind of energy. Someone who is complementary to you, time to collaborate with them. You can put the pieces together. You can build a happy home. Happy and healthy home is what I thought with this person. There are 2 people involved. There's no other option than to work with another. Time to collaborate. Yeah, that is what I'm feeling from your cards, pile 1. I really hope you enjoyed this message. Please take some time to leave a comment, subscribe so you don't miss future readings. It helps out my channel so much and I really appreciate it. And don't forget that I am offering a free reading to one question you have right now. Remember, you should send me a screenshot of proof with your engagement on this video. Show me that you've liked the video, subscribed to the channel, and left a comment on this video. Comment free reading to get your free reading. Email me those screenshots as well as your question. I will respond with your written response reading as well as an image of the card pull. And I will give you a discount code for my Etsy shop, which is also linked below, so that you may receive a great discount on a reading you purchase through my Etsy shop. Greater variety of reading options on there if you so feel inclined to do that and receive another reading from me. That would be awesome, and I'd love to give you special access with the discount code. So take advantage of this. It's completely free. All you have to do is send me an email and I'll email you back, and the deal is done. Yeah, I'm excited to do it, so take advantage of this. And with all of that said, pile one, I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you in your next reading. Hi there, group 2. Welcome to your messages. I'm so happy you made it here. Let's dive into your December predictions and guidance from your higher self. So we're going to pull out from a couple oracle decks. I'm actually going to start with this one here, and tarot as well, tea leaf cards, the whole 9 yards. And we'll be taking a look at your next month. So December 2024 for pile 2, please. Messages from their higher self, what will be happening, and guidance on navigating it. So your first card here is the Coyote and Datura with Deceit. Okay. Alright, let's take from this deck as well. Can we get additional messages here? Pile 2's higher self, their month of December 2024. December 2024 for pile 2. I'm seeing one sticking out. 2 of them pulled out here with me. So we have rejection and gossip. Interesting. Stick with me here. I know it sounds a little bit negative so far. Deceit, rejection, and gossip, but we're gonna get to the bottom of this, and I don't have immediate negative feelings surrounding these energies. So let's find out. We have nature, ground yourself, find a sanctuary in nature and connect with the elementals. This is kind of what I'm talking about with like no need to fear yet, because this guidance card, look at all the green as well. Like grounding is what you're being called to, because this shall pass over you. If there is any kind of struggle and challenge being represented here, which we have yet to kind of find out with the cards, your advice is simply to ground and kind of anchor, because it will pass over you. Okay, so feeling good about that, pile 2. Let's take a look out of this deck. Pile 2's month of December 2024, please, from the archetype deck. December 2024 for pile 2. I'm seeing one. I lost it. There we go. Thank you. Consider that as well. So the comic, it makes me think, the first thing that came to mind is it's something to laugh about. It is something to laugh about, like, again, with kind of the insignificance of what's going to be happening. Like, in one way it appears to be a challenge, give and take with the 6 of coins, giving and receiving. Hopefully that will connect better, but I felt the need to pause and kind of clarify that. But that is somehow tying into this idea of it's like a matter to laugh at. It's give and take. It's like 2 things at once. It's dependent on your perspective and your actions and the action you're being guided to do, rather than jumping to really feeling the effects of any deceit, rejection, or gossip. Your advice is rather to ground in it and kind of, around it, with it surrounding you. Ground in that and know that it will pass you by. It is something to laugh about. It is more or less insignificant to an overall overarching timeline and lesson that it contains. It is supportive of something bigger. The threshold here. Yeah. One thing or another is dependent on where you choose to step, which side of the coin you choose to see, which side of this boundary you choose to be on, whether it's the negative side in the darkness being affected by things coming your way, or choosing to step into the light and find joy, find laughter. The colors here give me that idea. I think this could involve, like, when I say it's something to laugh about, it's because maybe, like, okay, deceit is making sense to me, because someone could be deceiving you, working things up and being like, we need to talk, like, let's schedule a meeting, or just like giving you like weird vibes and like signs, and they're really kind of like building something up to be really like significant, like they have some big piece of evidence against you, like you perceive it as like, they're gonna tear me down, like what do they want? What are they thinking? What are they cooking up? Are they trying to bring me down? Like, but that is a misinterpretation of the situation. It is deceitful in that it appears to be more of a challenge than it will prove to be. Yeah, like someone is building something up to be a big deal, and then you find out what it is and you realize it was not something to become worked up over, with the something to laugh about coming in. It's gossip, it's hearsay, it is entirely wrong. Like you're able to easily like reject an idea they have, a offering they bring to the table. Maybe it's kind of like, well, I know that you did this, so do this for me or I'll expose you. Like something like that, and you're able to easily reject that, because what they believe to be true that is inspiring this kind of like negotiation they're bringing forward to you is entirely false, falsified in their mind. It was received through gossip. It is untrue. And so you can reject it easily. They give something to you that intends to take away from your happiness or take away your power, but little do they know that you are strong in your intention. You are assured of yourself as well, that you can easily defend the situation, clarify it. If there are actions that happened, you can defend them and dismantle or detangle the misunderstanding around it easily. So stay grounded, do not react with, do not react like, I'm trying to think of the word, like, don't feel, gosh, I can't think of it, but like don't act like you're the target and act up like defensively is what I'm saying. Stay grounded in your response. Bring joy and laughter into the situation. One way you can easily dismantle someone who comes at you with negative intentions is quite literally to bring some kind of laughter into your response. For some of you, that's appropriate. Use your judgment, but for some of you, it resonates to like allow whatever emotion may come out in response to hearing this to come out. If that's laughter, then okay. If it's so unreasonable and so like just false and unfathomable, then laugh. I don't know. Show your authentic reaction, essentially to convince this person that they are wrong. And I feel like it immediately, I said give and take. There's something about give and take, back and forth, the threshold. So your response immediately puts back like, not that it's like, not that we want to bring this person down or pit you against them, but you immediately like serve back what they were trying to serve to you. Yeah. I want to clarify, we're going to do a couple of rows of tarot, about 4 cards each, 2 more rows. The first row here is going to clarify this top row that we pulled initially, and then the bottom row we're going to do 2 cards to get additional insight into events taking place next month for you, as well as 2 for any guidance from your higher self on tackling all of this. And then to finalize the reading, we're going to pull a card out of the Spirit Animal Oracle deck for your final overarching guidance for the month of December 2024. So, pile 2. Can we clarify, please, this top row for December 2024 predictions and happenings? Can we clarify these energies? Okay, we have King of Swords. You're coming out on top. Your reputation is not going to be successfully destroyed. Page of Wands as well. How you handle it is what makes the situation relevant. How you handle it is what you get out of the situation. You don't get the negativity that they intend to bring to you. All you get is greater empowerment. You get relief, because if you did have fear around anticipating this maybe conversation that has been kind of like teased to you, then you're getting relief over, the ending of it. It's like you don't have to worry. Even here, it's like a meditative pose and your mind is free to explore, and it's not taken up. See, it's surrounding the head and it's not taking over your thought processes, and it's an ending. Quite simply, the Ten of Swords, putting an end to this weird situation. It's a very specific reading and message involving, really, it seems like one kind of aspect. General advice next month is you are learning to connect with yourself. The threshold, you're kind of passing some threshold into greater confidence. All of this kind of implies that there are reasons not to put you at any fault or put you down in any way, but there are like concrete reasons and instances in your past that you can perhaps attribute to being a part of your confidence kind of decreasing a bit over time in one area, or generally how you view yourself has decreased within the last like few months or so. You've just felt like less confident, less capable. And so all of this serves you by allowing you to come back into that assured action, confident voicing of opinion, unfiltered, unmasked representation of your true emotions. Enjoyment overall of life and events taking place within it. Greater than you've been able to feel for a short while, or like this entire year of 2024, the last couple months. You've struggled to feel more excitement and more joy, but I feel like that is absolutely being renewed in the Page of Wands. In the Seven of Cups, you have greater capacity to think and dream bigger for yourself. There is something that ends that was negative that allows you to replace it with positive foresight and inspiring ideas, and you are supported in taking action on those as well. Okay. Can we take a look into 2 additional cards? Is there anything else around this situation? It feels like it's been heavily focused on one aspect, which isn't abnormal, but is there anything else surrounding this situation? So we have death. Speaking of endings, speaking of rebirth. renewal of innocence, renewal of uninhibited emotion and display of emotion as such a child would have. They are not concerned with how they are perceived and viewed for the most part, which is a challenge. If you're a parent, I bet you know that, but you're coming back to this kind of childlike expression of emotion and enjoyment of activities and events and just enjoyment of your life, untainted by like situations like what you may have gone through with this rejection, gossip, deceit. Wow, Ace of Wands as well, newness coming in. Very obvious here. There's a lot of clarity. Things are ending. 10 of Swords, Death card, and newness coming in with the Ace of Wands. Yeah. I think that's all I'm seeing within those cards. I'm going to take those. Guidance. 9 of Wands. And 3 of Pentacles. I feel like you can begin entrusting people with your emotions, with holding space for your emotion and not rejecting you on exposure of your true, authentic reactions, whether it's your joy, your sorrow, your fear, your hopes and dreams. There's an ability to accept the perception of others onto you when they witness you in an authentic state of reaction and receiving. This is working with people, the 3 of Coins, the 3 of Pentacles. You're connecting with people a lot better, and that's part of your advice, is to be fearless of letting people in, to enjoy that with you, to share that. Like 9 of Wands, you could have had some boundaries up, you could have keeping things to yourself, isolated yourself in the most simple regard, but keeping things in wraps, like the comic here. This cat does not look happy at all. It's like crying. Is it? I don't know, but that's what I see. And so you, again, with like masking your true emotion, whether it is joy, whether it is jumping up and down with joy or crying with sorrow or all these things, you are not rejecting the variety that your heart, the variety in emotions that your heart feels. Your guidance is to not mask that, is to not isolate that, to pretend it's not happening. Be authentic. Your joy is someone else's joy. Your sorrow is someone else's sorrow. Allow people in. The 3 of Pentacles. Allow connection. Allow people to help you if you feel challenged with your emotions, with your situation, anything, any context. Allow people to come in and help you. Whether it is people you know who are close to you, whether it is reaching out for a mentor, for a tutor, for a therapist, allow people in is your advice. Give and take. You can't only take. You can't take someone's happiness, celebrate it with them, and refuse to allow yourself the opportunity to feel celebrated in your own joy as well. Allow that connection and collaboration, the give and take between you and others. Know that the way you are non-judgmental toward people's reactions and their true feelings and how that comes out in whatever medium it comes out, the way that you respect it and you are non-judgmental toward it is the way that you should assume other people would be. If they are not that way, then they are not meant to be someone that you collaborate with. Your risk is quite low in discovering that someone maybe did not deserve to receive your emotion, your news, your joy. The risk in kind of like giving that to the wrong person is quite low. Your risk in accepting that from the wrong person who maybe doesn't deserve it which sounds kind of harsh, but the risk in like being non-judgmental and accepting toward everyone is quite low in many circumstances. Of course, there are a few situations that maybe you don't want to engage with a negative person, with a toxic person, but it's like this idea of kind of karma is what I'm thinking of. Like, there's no harm that you can do to yourself. There's only like really kind of good karma you can achieve by being open to receiving others. And it's entirely your choice to choose to reserve your emotions in giving toward them. You can take from them, but choose who to reserve giving to. Yeah. So focus on your connections. There are people out there who love you already and who will love you and who will love to share your joy, fear, inspiration, dreams, hopes, worries, anxieties, all of the above. There's a whole world waiting out there for you to accept you and to receive you with the threshold, and your job is to step over into it. I think the first way that you learn to do this next month specifically is with dismantling some untrue statement or like attack, it seems, toward you. Your reaction is authentic. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm gonna take this final guidance card for you guys, pile 2. So, Spirit Animal deck, final overarching guidance for December 2024, pile 2. So I'm looking at that one because it flipped over for us. It says transformation is beautiful, which is very fitting for what I've talked about. Transformation, changing emotions is beautiful. You don't have to be stable. You don't have to be perfect. You are allowed to be fluid, to evolve, to change your frame of thinking, to your mood can fluctuate, and you are allowed to do this. Your journey is beautiful. Be playful. Get extra guidance. Be playful. Laugh when you feel like it. Share your joy when you feel like it. Celebrate when you feel like it. Allow others to celebrate with you. Be playful with other people. It's okay to go back and forth. Transformation is beautiful. The variety that exists within you, your kaleidoscope of emotion and experiences, is ever changing, and it's all beautiful. Overcoming obstacles is easier when you let your guard down and allow others to come in. Overcoming obstacles is easier when you ground. Like this rhino is kind of would be difficult to move and push in the direction you want it to go if it's decided to take a seat. Just as such, negativity coming your way is not able to push you when you're grounded, you're seated in what you know is true, and it flows over you. I saw 22 on the timer just now. You're not alone. You are deserving of connection. That's your message, pile 2. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like, comment on the video, and subscribe to the channel. All of that is very helpful to me and I really appreciate it. Additionally, I'm offering a free personal reading for your one question. This is a one-time offer that you can utilize once. Very easy to do. It takes one email to me and then I will email you back with your reading. Please include a screenshot with evidence that you have liked the video, that you are subscribed to the channel, and that you have commented free reading on this video. Send me a screenshot of those 3 things, as well as your question. I will email you back your tarot reading in response to that question, as well as an image of the card pull. I will also include a discount code so that you can use at my Etsy shop, which has a wider variety of tarot reading options, and this discount will allow you to receive a special offer on your first reading if you feel so inclined to go and purchase a reading from my Etsy shop in the future, which is linked in the description box below as well. My email is in the description as well, so you can find everything you need there. And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope I hear from you in my emails, and I will see you in the next one. Hi there, Pile 3. Welcome to your messages. We're going to dive right into your December predictions and advice and guidance from your higher self for December 2024. We're going to start with these oracle cards and follow up with tarot. So let's take a look at your next month. Pile 3's December 2024. You have starting over. Beautiful. The Hanged Man as well. A new perspective is achieved when you start over. Okay. Let's continue with this deck, please. December 2024 for Pile 3. Seeing one back here. Let's take a look. You have grief. The imagery is very similar. I'm seeing similarities in the symbolism of the images on the grief and starting over card. Okay, December 2024 for Pile 3. See this one? Wow, rebirth. We have reinvent yourself, give life to your dreams, and create a new reality. Wow. Okay. I have chills. We're going to take a look at this archetype deck as well. So Pile 3, December 2024. Can you represent that with an archetype card from Pile 3's higher self? December 2024. See this one? So the forest. Okay. I'm taking tea leaf right away. Pile 3, December 2024. Okay. Got a month card. So the month of August, and this card says bird perched, waiting for news, package, or letter. Okay, we're gonna leave it at that. Oh gosh, you've been waiting for like hope on the horizon. You've been waiting for rescue. You've been waiting for what will fix this? What frame of thinking is going to bring me relief? How do I get out of this kind of mess? How do I detangle what's going on in my head, the grief, the fear that comes with starting over? You are approaching a time where you're realizing that you are called to pivot. You are called to adjust your direction regarding one circumstance, one goal, an area you had been making movement toward. Your call is to pivot. And in that realization that you have been slowly been coming to, you are working your way, like I'm seeing the Hanged Man like slowly kind of lowering himself down into this ultimate perspective, like you're easing your way into it, easing your way into this pivot, and what kind of energy, what frame of thinking, and what kind of actions that is calling you to begin taking, as opposed to what you had been doing previously, which wasn't wrong. It was what you were called to do. But when we are approaching a goal or a pathway, we can't expect it to be one narrow, streamlined path exactly how we expect it to go. And so in this realization, you're easing your way into it. You're easing out of kind of like the panic mode or the quick reaction you have to feeling like this is what I was called to, but that feeling is no longer there for me. You're kind of grieving the absence of a sense of direction and a sense of belonging or knowing, having clarity. You've been grieving this sense of feeling like you knew what was up and what you were doing. And initially your kind of gut reaction, your like triggered reaction was to feel hopeless, to feel abandoned, and to seek rescue. And perhaps you were seeking that rescue in some form that did not resolve the situation. and realizing that that was not the answer either. To turn to this because I'm feeling this way was not the answer. And so you've therefore been waiting for the right direction to take, the something to be handed to you that you can work with. Like, you were looking for next steps, and your next steps lie within a different angle of perception. And so what you have been looking for does not exist in the frame of mind that the shock of this kind of change in energy, change in your path presented. Your answers are not present within that initial shock. Your answers are present in a different state of thinking, in a different perspective, is where you see the solution. He's upside down now. He sees something that wasn't visible before. August is a month that could have been relevant. You could have felt like it's been since like August, roughly the last like 3 or 4 months, that you have been struggling to kind of get a grip again and recover from this shock and this change. And you are as close as you have been to figuring it out. I think you have the knowledge already. You are working slowly with the process of adjusting to it, to attuning to the newness. And that's okay. I think that is okay. We see waiting. I think patience is okay. I think taking your time is okay. Because you are creating a new reality, and that doesn't happen overnight. Starting over doesn't, the first steps toward it happen overnight or in an instant. The decision, the intention, taking one action that kind of puts you on the path of starting a new intention, but it doesn't happen overnight in its entirety. That full change and the full transformation is never going to happen overnight. It's a journey, like taking a hike. Take a hike, you're taking a hike, and you should enjoy that process as well. Okay, we're gonna get into tarot, but I'm just gonna pause. My battery is wanting to die on me, so give me a moment and I'll be back in an instant. All right, pile 3. So let's get into the tarot. We're gonna do 2 rows of tarot with 4 cards each. The first row is gonna clarify the top row, and then the final row will provide 2 pieces of additional insight toward events taking place next month, and then 2 cards representing guidance, followed by a final guidance oracle card from the Spirit Animal Oracle deck. Let me fix this, and then we will shuffle out cards. So 4 cards to represent, or to clarify this top row, please, Spirit. I'm taking a look at this one. We've got the Knight of Pentacles. All right, there's one more, just fell on the ground. We have the 4 of Cups. Let me get 2 more, please, to clarify the top row. Yeah, 4 of Cups. Kind of coming out of that weird funk you've been in and seeing the brighter side. Like, it has been a difficult journey for you to see the sun, to come out on the other side with brightness, and your perspective, your interpretation of the situation, the tools available to you, and the optimism of the outcomes that could happen for you is reliant on your perspective with the Hanged Man. Okay, what else is there to this? Knight of Pentacles. Whatever change in perspective this feels like a journey that's involving some kind of goal. It could be a career or like project, financial goal. And so your changed perspective is what allows you to make greater strides in like monetizing something, in successfully promoting what you're doing, to improving the finances around it. You are going to be seeing improvement in this. Yeah, so you were receiving better direction on being successful with a changed perspective. Like your strategy and your approach changes, and so your outcome changes as well. This has to do with strategizing, with coming up with better ideas. That may come through your own research and getting more involved with the field surrounding what your goal is, and getting greater context. Getting more information will allow you to create better strategy when you are putting all things available to you into context. The Page of Swords, it's like the way you are thinking about it is reliant on the context available, and it's almost like it's up to you to go out and receive that context. The Four of Cups could be like this kind of apathy of like, again, you've been waiting for something to come to you, to save you, to rescue you, but your waiting is only relevant. You are only called to waiting in terms of taking things slow and steady, making sure that you have the highest clarity when it comes to pivoting and trying new things, making sure that you've provided all the context necessary to support that decision before you do it. There is no rush, but there is no guidance here to continue sitting around and waiting. It is to sit around and wait in some sense. Like there are aspects of clarity or like downloads coming in that you essentially kind of wait for, but you are most certainly not called to sit in one space and wait and do nothing. Inspiration doesn't come out of nowhere at times. It often comes when we are, our mind is elsewhere, when we're in a habit, doing a chore, cleaning the home, going on a walk, shopping, like even while you're working or doing your schoolwork or listening to a lecture, like your mind can kind of run some time. And often we get insight based on what is in front of us is not always relevant to the situation, but you can make connections and recognize like signs and synchronicities in what you are partaking in, witnessing, or observing. Information you are receiving that seems to be unrelated. There is an opportunity to tap into all resources available. So be patient in terms of what timeline you expect all of this clarity to come in for you, but most certainly do not wait in one spot like a sitting duck and wait for everything to make sense. Continue your routines and continue educating yourself. When you feel like your education has been sufficient enough to support making a move, taking a next step, and implementing a new strategy, then take action and move forward. But take your time in discerning the information available to you and pondering and kind of contemplating what to do with that. Yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and shuffle out our final row of tarot before the final guidance card. So 2 cards here to represent any other events taking place for you next month, please. Additional events, things to look out for, additional happenings in the month of December 2024 for pile 3. 2 cards right here. So, 6 of Wands, very good. 7 of Swords. Yeah, escaping from where you felt like there was not clarity. Standing in greater power is what will be happening next month. Greater recognition. I often describe this card as being one of recognition, one of praise, one of celebration, ceremony. And so recognition is happening. Recognition is happening of new perspective to take, and where is this pivot leading you? You're able to take those first steps. 7 of Swords. For what is happening next month, it makes me think of taking those steps, taking information available to you to construct new ideas, to get inspired, to strategize further, and to make this happen. Okay, can we get 2 cards for guidance in the month of December for that overarching spirit animal card, please? So one more card, I'm seeing this one. So first here for guidance, 10 of Pentacles. Act as if you already have it. Act as if you are shining as bright as the sun already, even if you don't feel like it. Temperance, balance, and joy. Bring that into your life. It's been a tough season. It's been a disheartening season at times. It's been where you felt lost, you felt clueless, you felt abandoned, you felt like you were no longer tapped into your purpose. You were no longer aware of what you were doing or why or when and how, and you just felt lost in general. But things are coming into balance for you. Things are working out and shaking out, and it starts with recognition that the things are in balance for you, even in this state of feeling lost. This is part of what pushes you to your timeline. Again, you are on your correct timeline in this moment of confusion, and it is serving you to, it's a pit stop, it's a pivot. It is part of the journey. It is an essential part. It is a kind of a suckier part and not the most fun part, but we find ourselves in this situation a lot when we're doing big things, when we are going toward big goals and dreams, and when we are following our highest timeline. It isn't always smooth and effortless and perfect, and we don't always feel connected. Just because you feel disconnected doesn't mean that that connection won't be achieved. Once again, time and time again, you will always come back to what you are tapped into, your spirituality, your connection with spirit. You will always come back to it. It is always available to you, and take it as it is. If it feels less to the forefront of your mind to be receiving guidance through signs and synchronicities and creative downloads and such, take it as it is. Take it as a moment of rest. Take it as a pit stop on the journey, and know that that will resume. So take that balance now, take that optimism now, because that is what is meant for you. I'm just seeing this card poking out. I do want to take a look at it real quick. So this is the Knight of Wands, and it will be coming to you quickly. Timeline, speed, the Knight of Wands. It's kind of like an image of a chariot coming in here, coming in hot. And recognition is a very powerful tool that you will be getting next month that will allow you to take off with great speed, greater clarity. You feel like, finally, I'm back on track. I'm tapped in again. Okay, let's get final guidance card for pile 3, month of December 2024. Please, final guidance from a spirit animal. Overarching guidance for this next month. Okay, I am feeling a card back here. Okay. So this is Wolf Spirit, turn knowledge into wisdom. Yeah, knowledge. We talked a lot about that. Educating yourself and getting the knowledge, getting the context necessary to turn into wisdom or to turn into action is kind of how I'm perceiving that message. Educate yourself. Take time, but don't just wait around. Take those small steps. Take all the context you can get and evaluate your options. That is your advice and your predictions for December 2024, pile 3. I hope you enjoyed the message. Please take the time to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it if you do all of those things, and it does not take very long on your part, so please do it. I would love that. And I want to remind you that I am offering a one-time offer for a free personal reading. It's very simple. You will send me an email and I will send you an email back, and that is the deal. So in your email, please provide like a screenshot proof that you have liked this video, that you have subscribed to the channel, and that you have commented on this video. Comment free reading. Send me a screenshot proving your engagement with the video. That is all I ask from you, and otherwise it is completely free. Send your question in the email as well, and I will respond with a written response tarot reading and an image of your card pull, as well as a discount code to use on my Etsy shop, where you will find a wider variety of tarot reading options for personal readings. You will get a discount code especially for you to use on my Etsy shop if you so feel inclined to purchase a reading from me in the future. My email is in the description box below, as well as my Etsy shop. Feel free to take advantage of this opportunity. It is completely free, and yeah, why not? I'm very excited to do it for you. So I hope I see you in my emails, and I will see you in the next reading.